Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 18 of Civilization 5 as Korea. We are currently at war with France. We're doing the best we can to try and take Tiwanaku back from them and liberate the Incas. And in fact, I think we are probably going to get it on this turn. There's our new great general. So I said I thought we would get a great general back, and indeed we have. So we should be able to go and grab Tiwanaku here. Now, I've got no interest in doing any long-term damage to France, because Persia are at war with them as well, so they've definitely got their focus split. But we're going to grab Tiwanaku, we're going to liberate the Incans. So, we've captured a civilian belonging to Persia. Let's return it, because I've got enough workers, so that'll give us a bit of a boost with him. We can annex, create, puppet, raise or view city. Why can't I liberate the city? Am I missing something here? Why don't I have the option to liberate the city? That is very, very strange. I'm completely baffled by that. I should be able to liberate it. Okay, let us create a puppet then. See, it's an Incan city. You have the opportunity to return it to them. Do I? I'd love to be able to return it to them, but you're not letting me for some reason. Let's see if we can peace out with France then. There's no way you're going to give me Machu, are you? No. Okay, white peace. So we're now at peace with France. Why can I not return this city? That is very, very strange. Unit needs orders. New great general. Well, you probably should come up towards the front anyway. You're deciding to go through the water, aren't you? Yes, because that's stupid. You can stick around, I guess. Sit there. We'll go on to the next turn. We'll see what happens. And if it won't let me liberate Tiwanaku, I'll just save and reload, because I think there's an issue going on here. Musketmen, you can heal up. Next turn. And now you want the deal again. Well, I guess that's not a bad idea. Would you give me 7? No, you wouldn't. Would you give me 6? Yeah, okay. Why won't it let me liberate that city? It probably won't now. So this was formerly owned by the Inca. You have the opportunity to return it to them. It should have given me the option when I grabbed it. It should have given me the option to liberate the city. But it has not given me that option. I am really, really confused by that. The whole point of doing it was to bring the Incans back into the game. I'm really just struggling to try and work out what the cause of that was. I gave the unit back to Persia. It must be a bug. It certainly should have worked. Everyone else can just heal up, basically. Still going to keep the cannons around. I fully expect that we will still have more problems with France in the future. Maybe I can prepare and mount another offensive and take Machu and try it again. The problem I've got now is I've just got to give myself even more warmonger points by taking another city and not being able to return it. Oddly enough, France is now showing us friendly. But he still doesn't want a declaration of friendship. Right. This is the point now where I'm going to try and get a declaration of friendship with Genghis. I think I actually tried before and it didn't work. No, even he won't have a declaration of friendship with me. This has been an absolutely horrible game when it has come down to trying to get any sort of research agreements whatsoever. It's been absolutely terrible. I can't get friendly with anybody. It's mainly because of the early warmongering, but I really, really should have been able to give that back. Unless I'm missing something and it's something to do with the this mod and the buttons moved somewhere, but I can't see anywhere on the screen where it gets... Because normally you have the option. You can either puppet, annex, raise, view, or you get the option to liberate if it belongs to somebody else. And I did not get the option to liberate the city. I can annex the city, but I've got no option to liberate the city. That is bizarre. I have no idea why that happened. Let's just heal everybody up. I might have to ask Marbazir if that's one that he's encountered before, because it is a completely new one on me. So 5 turns away from getting yet another great scientist, and we're 7 turns away from getting another pagoda. So we've dropped a bit of happiness because we now have an extra city that we weren't expecting. Maybe it won't let me bring the Incans back because it was me that removed them. Possibly. Not sure if that's the thing, because it was the first time I've encountered it. I have managed to bring civilizations back to life who have been killed by somebody else, but I've never tried to bring a civilization back to life that I killed, because I took Cusco. I took their last city, so it was technically me that wiped them out. So maybe that's why it won't let me bring them back. Because I guess it could be a little bit exploitative. You could have a very small, very weak nation, and you could destroy them, and then, mind you, wouldn't be able to liberate them after you'd destroyed them because you'd then own their city anyway. Somebody else would have to own the city if you'd be able to do it. I don't know. It's probably done to avoid some sort of exploit, or it's probably just to say, well, look, you destroyed them, so you can't bring them back. Maybe that's it. Let's go ahead and get a hospital here in the capital. And let's go on to the next turn. And a unit needs orders, which is our great general. I did move you there. I'm going to keep you up in and around Cusco, actually, because I think that will be better for you. So now that citadel becomes even more of a waste. I mean, yes, it did make taking the city easier, I'll give it that. But the purpose of putting that citadel there was so that we could keep the dies even when we turned this back over to the Incans. So as you can see, even though I've got hundreds of hours on this game, I still managed to make mistakes. Either that or it's just a bug, and it was definitely unexpected behaviour, let's put it that way. We have gained a promotion because we've killed a Persian spy. Sil has grown. Where do we want to put the extra person? You've gone on to the 4 production, which is not bad, but I guess we could go 2 food and 3 production and make sure we can still at least try and grow the city. Still working the Writers Guild, that's fine. You're on your way up. You have fully healed. I guess we can keep you around Genju. It wouldn't be too bad of an idea having a unit a little bit further back. At least we can pull it back if we get any more barbarians down south like we did previously, so that's fine. Yep, you're fine there. You're just going to sleep up. Yeah, we lost a lot of happiness now. I would still like to attempt to get a scientific victory. I think we can. We should be well ahead in terms of science now. You want to buy cotton from me. I actually have a lot of cotton. Are you willing to give me any decent amount of money? See, everyone's still going to be just guarded with me because of the warmongering. Wow, you don't want to give me anything for that, do you? You really don't like me. Well, you can go away then. I forgive you, although it still won't make any difference. You'll still really hate me. Let's have a look. Yeah, so they don't like warmongers. Built wonders that they coveted. They've got the most tourism at the moment, apparently. See, France has gone back from friendly to guarded again now. Would you be willing to buy... You actually would. Oh yeah, we need embassies. Let's go ahead and get the embassies sorted first. And then let's go and sell you my cotton. Might give me 6 if we're lucky. Wow. And I'm selling it off cheap, but I've got so much of it. If I don't sell it off cheap, then, you know, who am I going to sell it to? So you're neutral and you won't give me a fair deal for it, which is really, really shitty of you, to be honest. Okay, 6. 5. Okay. Who else wants cotton? Persia. Still got 1 left. So I'll give you the going rate, which is apparently 5 gold per turn. And at least he's accepted it. Well, we've got 100 gold per turn coming in. We've got nearly 2,000 gold in the bank, so that's fine. You were going to Kaisel. I think I'm actually going to send you to Samarkand. It's slightly better money. Not a huge deal better, but slightly better. You guys have finished that farm, and then we're back to the old caveat of not really having any decent tiles to work. I guess we could make that a mine, because that's in range of Basan. We can have an extra cargo route now as well, so we should probably think about doing that. We're 1 turn away from rifling, so I'll be able to use that money to go and upgrade my musketman to rifleman. And there we go, we have rifling, and we've got a new great scientist. I'm still really, really miffed about not being able to liberate this city. So let's go ahead and we will upgrade you, we will upgrade you, and we've got another one somewhere down here. We will upgrade you. We now have a couple of great scientists just kicking their heels. They're still only worth about 5,000 science. I could go ahead and spend them now, but I don't know. Have we got any more science buildings to build? What about over here? We've now finished the factory. It's pretty quick, actually, building that factory. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves... Do we have iron here? We do have 1 source of iron. So a forge would give us a little bit more production. Although food's one of our biggest issues. Let's go ahead and grab a hospital here. Do I want to pop the great scientists yet, or is it a little bit of a waste? How far off are we from getting... Do we have universities everywhere? We must do. We must have you, because we get that through Oxford, don't we? Does that mean, have we already got public schools everywhere? Public school there. Public school. Public school. Public school. Public school. Yeah, we've got public schools everywhere. And we've only got one observatory we can build, which is in Busan. Although we could go ahead and annex Cusco. Because if we were to do that, we could build a observatory here. And this doesn't have a lot of the sciencey buildings. Not really got the happiness to do it at the moment. Is there anything particularly that I'm trying to rush towards? It would be nice to get the dynamite quickly. And then probably from there into electricity so we can see where we've got aluminium. I might spend 1 of them. So we'll just go ahead and pop 1. And that's put us a good way through dynamite now. We'll save the other one up until we get a little bit more science. Because the amount of science you get from popping a great scientist is an average of your science over the last... I think it's 10 turns on standard, so it'd be 15 turns on epic. So obviously the more science per turn you're getting, the more you will actually get from popping these guys. So we'll actually we'll wait a little bit on the next one. May adopt another policy. Well, doesn't look like we're going to be getting any research agreements, which kind of makes the porcelain tower a little bit useless. Although saying that, at least we did get a free scientist from it. So let's go ahead and get the additional 17% science from universities. Why not? We've got university in every single city. We've finished an archaeologist, so you know what? Let's go ahead and get another archaeologist here while we can do that. Where do we want to go and work? I suppose we could come up and grab this one. I mean, why not? It's the closest one to us, and as we seem to be stuck with that city now, we might as well make use of it. Now it's going to tell me all of these riflemen need to be given orders, so I'm just going to literally get them to sit still. Let's just go and build a few trading posts around, I suppose. I could probably disband a lot of these workers, but the problem I find is you end up disbanding them and then you need them for something later on. So if we grab Machu, we could grab the Grand Messer, but I'm really worried. I don't suppose it matters getting warmonger points now, because everybody absolutely hates me. We've managed to knock France quite a bit down the list. I wonder if Persia actually managed to take anything from them. I wish I'd have checked before I hit the button now. No, you don't need open borders. Let me scroll the camera. No, it doesn't look like Persia took anything from them. Are they still at war? No, they're no longer at war. But they're binding out. So automatic faith purchase, there's another pagoda. We get another one in 19 turns somewhere else. So that will help with the happiness. You guys have done with that. Was a bit too quick, because now I've got nothing for you to do. What about up near our new city? Is there anything? Well, yeah, that needs repairing, because I pillaged it. I think most of the other things up here are already done. I don't think that trading post is finished either. You can go ahead and build a trading post up there, because you are still within range of the city. Cargo ship, you are going to go back to Karakorum. I love how the other two Mongolian cities have got really, really poor gold, but Karakorum is quite high. I suppose we should also try and grab some of these ones as well. Oh, look at that, double oil, just out of range. It's almost worth settling a city down here just to get that 10 oil. Did I have any oil within my borders? Yes. There's oil here, under a farm, so we'll have to go and grab that. I think that was the only one, though. Yeah, it's the only one, and my borders are never going to reach all the way down here. So unless I want to sort of grab them with a great general, I mean, I could do. Could build a citadel here and grab both of them. It's either that or set up another city, which may be what we end up doing. Yep, replace the current improvement. On to the next turn. I mean, we have built most of our national wonders, so it wouldn't be a terrible thing building another city. Obviously, you do get penalised for having too many cities. The more cities you have, it makes it more expensive getting social policies. It also makes it more expensive to research the different technologies. But it might be nice to be able to get flight. Let's just have a quick look at demographics here. We are still at the top on literacy. We're actually ahead in most things, not quite in population. That is the Celts. Though we're not terribly far behind. We're quite close to them. Soldiers, we don't have the biggest army. And we don't even have the highest happiness. Biggest army, I never expect to have anything above Prince or King. Never expect to have the highest army. Even on the difficulty, even on the lower difficulty levels, the AI still tends to pump out quite a lot of units. It's how it makes up for the fact that it's quite bad at combat. I guess that's the whole thing. AI is bad at combat, so you basically give them a load of bonuses to allow them to build and support bigger armies, which is basically the way it works. Killed yet another Moroccan spy. At least he's doing his job now. I'm going to move this guy out of Bagata and put him somewhere else. I'm not sure who I'd like to spy on. We're probably so far ahead of everybody that there's no point in spying on anybody else to try and steal any tech. If we look at... Well, there's not many people we can trade with. If we look at France... we've discovered eight technologies that they don't know. Who else can we have a look at? I think Mongolia was at the bottom of science. We're 11 techs ahead of them. I don't think there's anybody else that we can really reach, to be honest. Yeah, there's not. So, it means, do we want to go ahead and try and get a city-state on our side? Maybe... Colombo, they've got a quest for faith. They are mercantile, that could be useful. Let's go ahead and send that spy to Colombo then. So we're going to move you, put you in Colombo. And go on to the next turn. And we'll get the usual thing from Persia saying that he's sorry, Morocco saying that he's sorry. I forgive you again, but you still won't be my friend. At least we don't have those open borders with France anymore. Won't be too long before we're starting to look at ideologies. 3 turns away from dynamite, then we'll have artillery. We'll be able to take cities from a bit more of a safer distance after that. You have finished that trading post, so that was actually remarkably quick. Let's go ahead and grab that oil then. It's a shame, because that's actually a very good farm tile. What What's also a shame is it was one of the tiles where I'd considered putting one of those academies, and if I'd have built an academy there, I'd have still got the oil, because great person improvements also get any strategic resources. They don't get you luxury resources, because the luxury resources are visible on the map before you put any great person tile improvements down. So if you put a great person tile improvement down on a luxury resource, it's your own fault. However, if you put a great person tile improvement down on a tile where there's a strategic resource that you can't see, or even if you can see it, but because there's a chance you could be putting down, say, a citadel on a tile that has a strategic resource that you've just not uncovered yet because you don't have the tech, then as soon as it's uncovered, it automatically counts as being connected, even though, obviously, you know, a citadel isn't a oil well or a mine or whatever. Remember, the same goes for cities. You can put a city down on top of a strategic resource and you'll get the strategic resource. If you put it down on top of a luxury resource, then you lose that resource. We've finished the hospital here at Seoul. So let us go ahead and get another archaeologist, because we've got loads of those things that we can dig up. A unit needs orders. You guys have finished the farm, and now you're going to go over here for no other reason to build another farm. You guys are building an oil well. Yeah, we know we were going to be replacing something. That is fine. Cargo ship is going to go to Samarkand. And that is the end of the turn, so therefore the end of the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5's career. Still absolutely no idea what happened with the attempted liberation of the Incans, but I suspect if it's not a bug, it's because I'm the one that was responsible for wiping them out. But I'll have to look into that. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.